Hey, it's Arkeem Ra. I figured I'd make a video of some recall of something that happened this Sunday, February the 12th, I believe. Um, I went on a trip to Chicago with my girlfriend, and we stayed at the Swissotel. Um, we stayed in room 1105, right next to room 1104. There was a door that said 1104, 1105 on it, the slash. You had to go through that door to get to our door. We thought it was very strange. Well, it turns out that was very intentional. So around five or probably around 6 or 7 in the morning that Sunday, a woman came into the room. I didn't recall it. I kind of thought it was a dream at first. It wasn't a dream. She came in our room. Me and my girlfriend broke up. Both woke up. She doesn't recall this, but she kind of just went back to bed. But the woman said, "Hey, oh, don't worry, I'm just here to change your towels." And she went back to bed. She was wearing a old like 1950s style bellhop outfit. She had like a red hat on, like the bellhop kind of hat. She was an older woman. She had blonde hair. Anyway, she brought me to the room next door. In the room next door, there are two beds just like my room that I was in, staying next to it. And on one of those beds was one of my clones. And in the chair, the cuck chair, as I like to call it, sorry to be inappropriate, but every hotel has one. It's just a joke. Don't be too... I'm sorry to make that joke. This is a serious subject. But, every hotel has that chair. And in the chair was an adept who I actually know very, very well from the programs, not in the here and now, but I do know who he is in the here and now. We haven't talked yet. But anyway, he did the soul transferal and transferred my clone, my soul from this body that I'm in now to a clone body. And there was a portal in the room. I walked through the portal. I found myself on a ship, in a room. There was a window, and you could see out the window. And outside the window, you could see what looked like a bunch of blimps. They looked like there were ships that obviously were using anti-grav tech, normal like spaceship tech, but they looked a lot like blimps. And they're floating all over the place, and it was like a very industrial planet. There were factories below, and it was just an industrialized as fuck planet. And me and the woman sat down at a table, and we had coffee out of white little, just like on Earth, those white little solo coffee cup things, those styrofoam ones, just like those with the little straws. And she sat down with some paperwork with me. And I don't know why or how she got me to do it, but I did sign some paperwork. And I was brought to the surface. And I met this gentleman who I told I was going to be working for, and he was some sort of king, he was a king. But really what he was a leader of a corporation. And essentially on this planet, those were the rulers, kind of just like on Earth, is the corporations. And he was essentially in a war with another corporation. And he wanted me to help him fight in this war. And also I and 4 other super soldier type people that are probably in the community. I do remember one of them, but I'm not going to name their name. We basically were his main bodyguards. And then he had auxiliary ones as well. And we were in like this castle. And the guy was a disturbing guy. I had to come in his room and he would be doing disturbing things. And I had to just act like it was normal. But anyway, so yeah, I remember signing the paperwork with the woman on the blimp thing, going down to the surface. He was there, and he explained, "You're going to be working for me." And he said, "I just want you to know that, if you listen to me and follow orders, things will go very well for you. If you don't, things will go very poorly for you." And he also explained to me that it was in the contract that I signed that if I stepped out of line and disobeyed orders, they could extend my service with them and make me serve another 20 and back if they wanted to. So I just told him, "Look, man, this isn't my first rodeo. I know to just do my job, and I'm good at it. We're not going to have any problems." And he said, "Good, good. Would you like a drink?" And I said, sure. He mixed me up a drink. We had a drink together. We chatted a little bit. And he explained to me, and I don't recall who this individual is. I think it may be Marduk, but I'm not sure. I'm not going to say it is because I can't remember yet. But he basically told me that he had a mutual enemy. We did. He read up on my past, and that he knew I didn't like a certain individual that he also didn't like. And I'm pretty sure that person was the figurehead of the other corporation that he was waging a war with. And he basically knew, he was right, that despite the fact that maybe I didn't agree with everything he was doing, he would have my allegiance because we both had a mutual enemy. And that's all I remember so far. It was a 20 and back. In that room in the hotel, this all happened in moments. I walked through the portal, and then I walked right back out. But while I was on the other side of that portal, 20 years happened. And that's how this works, people. It's how it happens. It's how they do it. And you can't fucking tell me that that event didn't occur. My whole trip to Chicago was fucking weird. That hotel was weird. The fact that there was a door leading to two doors that you had to use your card to go through was weird, okay? And there's a reason why. They couldn't see some weird lady taking me from one hotel room to another. That is intentional, and that is a multi-dimensional hotspot. And by the way, I'm positive that this guy that I work for does not exist in the same reality as us. I was in an alternate reality. It was very steampunk where I was. And if you think Earth is bad and we have to work hard here and our ruling class is terrible here, holy shit. It was 10 times worse on this planet. I don't recall what planet it was. But yeah, that happened 3 days ago. So yeah, 20 years of my life working for this guy. Oh yeah, I also remember when I got there after I had the drink with them, and he explained we had a mutual enemy and stuff. He said, I think, you're going to do fine here. He said, I have a room for you. There's a ball tonight, a celebration. I have a date arranged for you. I remember a woman showing up in a blue dress. She was very beautiful. She had blonde hair. And I escorted her as my date to this event. And it was basically just the guy bragging about making more money and all these achievements and how great everybody, and thank you to everybody, and one of those kind of things. And that's, like I said, all I remember. I did live a whole life, and 20 years. I don't recall having my contract extended or anything like that. I think he offered for me to work again, and he gave me some sort of offer that he'd give me certain things if I did. This is something that I'm wondering. I signed those contracts, and I'm wondering if they actually are giving me something. But I, in the here and now, don't know about it. But out there, I do. I don't know why I would willingly sign a contract to be stuck on some steampunk dystopia planet. But I did. With that woman. At that table, overlooking the surface of the planet. Just with all these weird blimp things flying around. And that's where some of the richer people would stay, is in these blimp craft things instead of being on the surface, because the surface was bad. But there were also, that I'm pretty sure that castle that I went to was on the surface that he had. But, that was an exception, I guess. But yeah, there's some recall that just happened. I figured people would find that interesting. Anybody in the community, let me know if you've been to that planet, if you know anything about it. It's in an alternate reality, like I said. That's another thing that people need to understand is they do swaps. A lot of people, when they're talking about being in these programs, and the Solar Warden to this guy is this way, and Solar Warden to this guy is this way. It's different. It's like, what is going on? These are two different organizations. It's because it's alternate realities. Kruger, the organization Kruger, from what I understand, I don't remember this, I don't recall this, but Daryl James has said that organization it's also from an alternate reality. They interact with this reality, but they're originally from another reality, and that makes sense to me. I deal with time travel, and I deal with alternate realities, and that's what time travel is. You're building and creating new realities. That's what time travel does. That's how it works. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thought people might find that interesting. Yeah, that happened. Hope everybody out there's doing okay.